Um, Good evening, friends. First, today, what we are going to see is I have tried to formulate the karma theory in the form of mathematical equation. In fact, two equations. I have chosen two equations. This might be helpful for the people who understand mathematics, or who are from the science background, who can know some mathematics like integration, limits, or derivatives, etc. And this is just an analogy, analogy for the karma or karma theory, as explained by the Buddha in the Theravada Pali Canon. And I'm not going to quote the suttas that's directly involved, but I will be giving the key points with regard to the karma, and we will try to make an analogy in the mathematical formulations. Okay, so let's proceed, and yeah, so let's proceed. Let me yeah, but before we proceed, let's praise the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Let the Buddha be praised. So I will just move it a bit. So yeah, the first thing is we will take first the 31 planes of existence. As you can see, in English, as you can see, this is the Kama Dugati Bhumi or Apaya Bhumi. That means there is no. This is the planes of misery or states of loss, where you were born as the hell beings, there are 8 major hells: animals, ghosts, demons, which are the four lower levels below the Manusya Loka or the human realm, where the lifespan is 10 years upwards, up to maybe 100 at the moment, these years. Yeah. So as you can see, this is the negative states, or the states of loss. But from the level 5, this is the 31 planes of existence. As you can see, the 31 planes of existence is there, and the bottom one is the negative ones. This is the demons, ghosts, and unhappy spirits, animals, and hells. So these are the things, and from the human realm, above this starts the godly or the heavenly realms, where it's calculated as the celestial years, and then above this is the karma. Yeah, you can see the karma sugati bhumi, planes of sensual happiness. Actually, you can see karma dugati bhumi can be called as the planes of sensual unhappiness, as here, and then from level 5 to up, and here are the brahmas, the first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, and in the suttavasa or the pure adobes, and then comes under the rupa loka, realms of form, and then realms of the formless. Formless means without body actually. The mind is spread in the space for spanning around thousands of kilometers probably here, up to 31 levels over there. So from 1 to 4, as you can see, the generally the population here is very high down. As you go up, the population decreases very so. And also, so let me come now to the sorry about just give me yeah. So let me place it here. So not this one. Sorry. So okay. All right. So here we have the graphing. Here we have the graphing thing. Okay, let me okay, first let's do the let's do this equation, which is the y is equal to sin x, okay, which is actually y is equal to sin x. Okay, so for this equation, when you see this is the black one, and as you can see, it passes through 0, 0, and then it's pi by 2, and it goes on. That this is the karma line, and the time. Karma is the amplitude that's for example on the positive side here, from 0 to 0 to pi, 0 to pi, and then from pi to 2 pi, it is the negative curve, negative amplitude, or the negative area is there, and then the positive area here. So and for this equation, I have taken this equation as the equation. Yeah, let me write again. So for example, when you want to find the areas under this everything, what we do is what I have done is the positive area denotes the denotes the positive, denotes the planes of happiness, starting from the Manusya Loka, or the human realm, okay, from 5 and above. But for 1 to 4 below, like hell beings, animals, and ghosts, and unhappy spirits, and demons, it is the below one. Okay, it's the below one. We don't see the negative one here, but we take from 0, the value from 0, and we don't want to see the negative ones. So as you can see, this is just an analogy actually. So in the analogy, what I want to say is here, I will just move it like this. And now, as you can see, the curve starts from 0, and it keeps on going, and to the time, for example, here in the other equation, so it's integral from 0 to infinity for sine. No, sorry. For sine x. For sine x. Oh no. Let me see. Okay, karma max. Okay, so here it's dx. Sorry. So what we do is sorry, I did not put the dx. So yeah. Wait. File and all right. So as we can see here, just give me a minute. A new blank graph. So in the new blank graph, let's do it now, which is sin x. The sin x is this one, and then in the second one, what we do is integral 0 to infinity, and sin x. Actually, we can put the sorry, no, we have to put this one. Sin x, and then comes the dx. So this comes as undefined. Undefined. Actually, if you want to do the math, yeah. Let me see. I think I have I have done the math here, which is like this. Actually, instead of introducing from 0 to infinity, so instead of infinity, for solving it, we use it as 0 to b sin x, which is equal to minus cos x for 0 to b. The lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is b. And when we substitute 0 and b, it's minus cos b minus of minus cos 0, which is minus cos b, plus 1, which is 1 minus cos b. Okay. So when we for instead of b, when we change it to, say, if we change, for example, here, yeah, here, if we, I'm sorry, yeah, the connection is lost. All right. All right, so that's gone, but let me see, I have saved it somewhere or not. Say, yeah, it's here. As you can see here, what I've done here is so from 0 to instead of b, what we substitute is infinity, so which is 1 minus cos infinity, which is undefined. Actually undefined here. When we see the graph here, it's undefined. Undefined means it doesn't converge. It doesn't converge to give a value, a positive or a negative value or 0. It doesn't give. As we can see, the area above and area below are still there because it's a sine curve and it keeps on going. So this is a positive curve above and the positive area above and negative area below. Even though we might think that the curve may when we add till infinity, it has to be 0, because the positive and negative nullify. But as you can see, for example, here if we see which is actually which is actually undefined, is it doesn't converge to give a value. And so this can be taken as the positive up is the good births which you get. For example, here, here when we go here, for example, generally the births are generally alternating. Generally alternating. What Buddha says is, for example, if a being is born in the human realm, for example, and then he or she keeps on spending the karma time, the stored karma, or the good karmas that was done for being a human, and then when it depletes, they fall below, they fall to become like demon, ghosts, or animals, or hell beings. And then it takes some time, and then other births, maybe multiple births, for example. And then, for example, imagine they become, say they become somebody. Generally they come to the human realm, and then from here again fall down, or sometimes go up and become a Brahma, or some type of devas, or the heavenly beings. In the Hindu, this one they call as gods, or sometimes if they do the formless meditation, they may be born here. They may be born here without a body, or here with a body in the Rupa Loka, realms of form, or in this place where they can enjoy the sensual pleasures, happy pleasures of the five senses plus the mind. But here it's the difficult thing, which is the negative area that's below the x-axis, and the positive area about the x-axis denotes the positive from the birth 5 to birth 31. So what we can see here is generally it's alternating. I can say that it is the bhava, the denoting of the bhava. Bhava means successive births inside which the being is born as in the same realm. For example, imagine a human, for example, is born here, but has not finished the time here, but for example, the person dies even before the time is over. Then they die, and again they are born as humans. As many times they die, and for example, the death can be from the external force of the environment, or accident, or like plane crashes, or sometimes traveling in ships they may die. Do you know the very famous ship accident of Titanic? And everyone died, and many might have not had the time to go, as a human being. They might have been born again as humans, and until they finish, and then they go down. They might be born in the lower realms, and then may again, after successive births, may be born as human or above. and then including the and then and in this the category of some may be human births, and again some births may be like as the Brahmas or something else, the positive. So and then they fall back, they fall down to form the to be born the like Brahmas, for example. Here the Brahmas, they fall down to the negatives, because to be in the positives all the time, you need the circumstance and the situation and the force of your action, good action. It's very difficult to keep doing good. When you're born in the hell realm, for example. When you're born as demons, ghosts, or unhappy spirits, or animals, or animals do something good, and in the hells, it's very very difficult to do something good. And then to come out of this to this, the good one, is very very difficult. From the negative to the positive is very very difficult. So so as you can see, on an average, I put it as the positive negative, positive negative, positive negative, something like that. So what happens is, when we integrate from 0 to infinity the sin x dx, which is undefined. That means we don't know the value at all. And if, for example, if we change the infinity as for example 1, it's 0.45, or say we put as 10, it's 1.83, or 100, it's 0.137, or 1000, which is minus 26 point, or 27. So, or 10,000, for example, 473, or 1 lakh is or 100,000 is minus 4066. So as you can see, the wait a minute. So let's see. Yeah. So the positive and the negative values keep on making some difference. Keeps on oscillating from the negative and positive, and hence there is the undefined solution, or the answer may be probably generally negative. So the whatever we do, as I have told you in the just give me a minute. All right, this one. All right. File and open recent. All right. So yeah, let's see. Browser chess.com. Just give me a minute. Okay. Let's come to the this one. So if we see this one, the dukkha satcha, is the suffering spectrum, and the dukkha satcha, the suffering spectrum always comes by, and we cannot escape, because the and the samudaya satcha, there is the dukkha samudaya satcha. It's the reason for the suffering is here, and again reason for the suffering. There is this is called as the wheel of rebirth, or the paticca samuppada, or the wheel of dependent origination. So in which in which the main cause is the avidya, is the ignorance of the Four Noble Truths of the Buddha, and then the tanha. Tanha is the craving, is the craving in the mind. So these two, or the thing which keeps revolving the wheel of life, wheel of rebirth, and whichever way we turn, we have to come to the suffering region. And as you can see, this is the present, right, and the future. See, the future resultant continuum is coming under the dukkha satcha, or the suffering truth, truth of suffering, which indicates that irrespective of whether you are born as a god, or as a brahma, or whatever it be, human or whatever it be, it is the it shows the you will be seeing the suffering spectrum there. Jara Marana is the aging, death, and all the types of suffering, like like impatience, like getting what you don't want, or not getting what you want, something like that, and crying and panicking, and all sorts of things will come here if you take birth, and here, as you can see, is the five things. In these five things, there comes the Phassa and Vedana. Phassa is the touch, external touch, external touch, touching the internal mechanism, internal receiving mechanism of the eye, ear, smelling, nose, tongue, and touching, and the mind. And then there comes the feeling. As you know, the the feeling may be like what to say, good feeling, or the negative feeling, or the middle feeling, right? So as you can see, which is of course, the Vedana of course indicates that we suffer. We cannot always for example, you cannot always eat the food you like, all the time. For example, if you eat more the food you like, you may become you may not like it. You may get a vomit. For example, if you like ice cream, for example, if you keep on eating 10 ice creams, for example, you may get a vomit, and you may not like it. So there is the touch of the tongue of ice cream here, and then you come first you like the ice cream, and then the liking becomes a disliking. Vedana is the feeling, so the feeling changes, or the person that we love. For example, some people, they love and they get married, and or boyfriend, girlfriend they become, and then the feelings change, as in the as in one of the songs of Eminem, right? And then the feelings change, he says. so after a year and the 6 months, the feelings change, in that in the song, like what is it, rocket ship and something like that, the song, it's spacebound, yes. So the feelings always change, so so we always come to the suffering spectrum wherever we start. If the wheel of this rebirth, or the wheel of dependent origination revolves, we will always come to the suffering spectrum. We can never escape. So as we can see here, the suffering spectrum, the area positive, negative, whatever the positive you do, and the negative, first birth, second birth, the first bhava, second birth, or the bhava means the set of births of belonging to a certain plane, certain plane of existence, and then the negative planes, and then the positive planes and negative planes, and wherever you take birth, when you add it, it has some value, because it is you can see the anicca is the impermanence here. The impermanence is always there. The value keeps on changing, keeps on changing, and we cannot define it. We can define, but we cannot find the solution, because the solution is divergent. Divergent indicates that for example, the light is divergent, and it doesn't converge at a point. If it converges at a point, we will be able to solve it, but the suffering spectrum, or the karma, as you can see, yeah. All right, so here, just give me a minute. What I have done is, for the x-axis it will be like it will be the time, and for the y-axis it's the karma. Okay, so now we can see that the time goes to infinity, and karma, the karma is the positive karma, and the down is the negative karma. And the positive karma and the negative karma alternates all the time, irrespective of until you are able to come to the become a sotapanna, for example, or the first level of the liberation in the Theravada doctrine, the Buddhist doctrine. So this is the only way, So in the Mahayana way, in the Mahayana, what happens is, as you can see, when we compare the Hindu religion here, the soul doesn't die, the soul doesn't die. So the soul first revolves in the takes birth in the positive side, and then falls down in the negative, and then takes birth in the positive and negative, and so on, positive, negative, and keeps on going till infinity. And nobody has seen infinity. The cycle of births is infinite. Is infinite, and also in the Mahayana doctrine, as you can see, the beings actually, those who take the Mahayana Bodhisattva vow, they cannot. It's almost equal to the Hindu doctrine. It is almost the same, because the being, even though they believe and they think that they will help all the beings to get liberated, it is not possible. For example, when they are born as humans or the gods, they might be able to do something, but it is not. There is no condition. There is no condition which says that it is always possible. It is circumstantial. If the circumstance is bad, and they might do bad. It's very difficult for somebody when the circumstance is bad to do good. It's very contrary, and then they are born in the hell realms and the lower realms, or 1 to 4, for example. Then, as we can see here, in the 1 to 4, demon realm, ghosts, unhappy spirits, animals, and hells. So what they do is, they have very less opportunity to amass the good karma. Actually, this karma, the positives, is called as the punyabhi sankara, or the punyabhi karma. which is the good karma. Actually, good karma that's generated to be born in the higher planes, in the good planes. And then here comes because they have done some wrong here, and then they fall down, or the karma is over, they fall down. Then here there is the more chance for doing the or here itself apunyabi sankara, apunyabi karma. That means which is negative karma. Negative karma, that's what they do and fall down. And as the negative karma is over, they come to the positive and then fall down, and then the positive, which is unavoidable, which is a cyclical process, and it just keeps on going endlessly from zero. Time is zero, or the origin of existence, for example. Let's say the existence is 0, 0, where the but negative, we don't consider here the negative side. And then the actually it doesn't matter if we, because why we don't consider is the limit here. What I have chosen is 0 to infinity, so we consider from 0 to the positive side. So 0 will be the first existence, first time we come into the existence, and there might be umpteen number of world cycles before, world cycle or the universal cycles before, in which we were born. And and this is the one. And then let's see another curve, which is for example, there is this curve sin x. Sorry, let me put this one, sin x, then the brackets, let me see, divided by x, divided by x. So as you can see, let me remove this sin x, for example, at the moment. So as you can see, the curve of sin x by x, or this is actually y is equal to sin x by x, is this curve. And again you can see the integration of 0 to say infinity of sin, wait a minute, maybe we have to introduce some sin x divided by x, okay, and then comes the dx. So this curve, for example, when you see this curve, which is the we consider again the just give me a minute. So we again consider this like from the 0 to the infinity on the positive axis, because it's time. As you can see, the positive karma is more high here, and then it keeps on. The area below is very less. Actually, the area above is very high. It starts. The area is too much here up, and then the area below is very less. So when we this equation I call as the equation for the for the people who do the vipassana meditation, and they and also they have also understood the dependent origination, or there is a combination of dependent origination, the penetration of the wisdom of the dependent origination, the Four Noble Truths, and vipassana, all three of them. So these three, when they do properly, what happens is the positive karma becomes really very high, and then the negatives, because we are able to just see even before we do some wrong, we don't easily earn the negatives, so the positive, then after this is positive is less, negative is even lesser, positive is less, and something like that. And so even though this equation says it's undefined, let us generally this equation is not undefined, which is equal to, say, when you use the Feynman's technique, Feynman's technique of, there is a Feynman's technique. We introduce the some new variable like b, like b, as we have done. I'm not going to derive this, but the derivation involves introducing something like a new variable b, and then doing it. After using the Feynman's technique, we get the answer as pi by 2, which is again equal to, pi is 3.14, I think so, divided by 2, and which is equal to 1.57, 1.57 and something like that. So all right, so it's about so what happens is, it's not undefined, it's about pi by 2, pi by 2. So, and also it doesn't matter the plot is plotted in the radian graph or in the normal graph. It doesn't matter. So the answer is about 1.57, 1.57, which has converged, and the value is near to 0. And if all the areas here if it becomes 0, then what we consider is the person has liberated, has become an arahant, or the Buddha, or the Buddha himself. So the strategy here is nullifying reducing the negatives, and getting the habit of doing good all the time, Like here, the positive value is very high, very high here. The positive area is more, actually. The percentage is very more, and the negative is less, and then positive is there, and negatives are very, very less. As you can see, this is the one. So the sorry. So there's the one. So this is what is happening, though. So it has converged to 1.57. And then in the end, when we become an arahant through the vipassana meditation, after understanding the Four Noble Truths and the wheel of dependent origination, or the 12 links of dependent origination, we become an arahant, and that's the process of making the converged value, the positive value, and it's of course a positive value. And this positive value we nullify to 0. First, the negative values, all the negatives are reduced, and then this we can say is as the Arahant equation. Arahant equation, and this can be told as the normal, no, not normal, common, common person equation, EQ is equal to, which is the sin x, so okay, so which is this is the one, and the answer here is undefined, undefined, it doesn't converge, which is equal to undefined, undefined, or we see no convergence, no convergence, doesn't converge. So all right, so the normal person's equation, let's do more. So here we can see that the common person's equation is the equation of 0 to infinity sin x dx. It has no convergence, and the value actually oscillates, and then the Arahant equation is the 0 to infinity sin x by x. Yeah. Now one more thing. Let's. All right. Here. Let's introduce the old equation. Y is equal to sin x. All right. So now as we can see, the we can compare the two things. As you can see, the green line is y is equal to sin x by x, and y, which is the Arahant equation, and the y is equal to sin x is the common person's equation. Let's I know. Let's copy. Yeah. So, and Arahant equation, which is the sorry. All right. So this is the one. So the Arahant equation, this is the common person's equation, and the Arahant. Oh, all right. Because we put this, the equation doesn't come. The plot is not coming. So let's. So now what we can see is the black one, which is y is equal to sin x, is the common person's equation. The common person's equation. This is with limits, but yeah, with limits is the correct one. We consider the limit from 0 to infinity, which has no convergence and no value. The value oscillates. And Arahant equation, the value is 1.57. As you can see, the even though the Arahant equation does, we can also say that the equation for the person who has understood the theory of dependent origination, along with the Four Noble Truths, and have done the Vipassana meditation, or instead of even saying Arahant equation, it can be told as the equation of Sotapanna, or other ones, like Sakadagami, Anagami, or Arahant. or you can also say it as the liberation equation. Liberation equation, Arahant equation, or the liberation. What is the liberation? Liberation from what? The endless cycle of birth and death, birth and death. So even though we put it as infinity, still it's 1.57. 1.57. So in fact, just give me a minute. So for example, let's try to find out. Let's try to say, instead of infinity, say it's 7 births, for example. For 7 births from 0 to 7, the 7 bhava, or the 7 births, so it's 1.45, which is near to the value which we saw. Let's see, come and see. Infinity, which is actually equal to pi by 2, pi divided by 2, which is equal to, which is equal to 3.14 divided by 2, which is equal to 1.57. So it's 1.57. Even if become a sotapanna or whatever, this is the birth, seven births that's taken, or 7 bhava, or the 7 bhava for the sotapanna. Even you become a sotapanna, it's 1.45, 1.45, and then it's the 7 births. In fact, we need not put it as infinity. We can delete this one. So the this is the one. This is the equation for the arahant. Arahant or sotapanna equation, which can be called as the let's see, note. Yeah. So the note is the above is the Sotapanna equation. Sotapanna equation. So within the 7 births, he or she, the Sotapanna person, will get liberated. And the value will be 1.4545, and then this can be nullified to 0. Nullifying to 0 is the concept of liberating oneself from the eternal cycle of birth and death. Birth and death. Here, as you can see, the eternal cycle of birth and death. Here is the jati, is the birth. When it comes one rotation, you get a birth. When it comes to second rotation, you get a birth, and so on. The birth is keeping on, is going on all the time, and we have taken birth as gods or humans, uncountable number of times. And this is a sort of analogy that I have derived, and let's equation. So let's save it as the Sotapanna equation. So we have here the black one, which is the common person's equation. and it's undefined. The value keeps on changing from positive to negative, and then and so on. But it doesn't stay. It doesn't stay at zero. But when it converges, for example, as Sotapanna, within the seven bhava or seven existence or the seven births, the value actually converges, and then he gets liberated, and then this positive value, the positive karma of 1.45 can be nullified. When you become an arahant or Buddha, and when you nullify, and then thereafter all your actions become as the kriya karma. Kriya sankara means kriya is the it is just done. There is no positive result or the negative result, as here the positive regions show that it is the result of the positive karma, and the negative regions show the negative karma, results of the negative karma. So which actually after 7 births, for example, probably it becomes yeah. So it becomes like nullified, and the curve converges, and then it's the value is 1.45, and then it can be nullified. So it is just an analogy that I have used, and for this equation, we have from 0 to 7. We don't need to use the equation. You don't need to use the Feynman's Feynman, who was a was a physicist, was a theoretical physicist, who contributed something very important, few things important in the quantum world, quantum physics. But we don't need to use, because it's 0 to 7 instead of 0 to infinity. Here we have changed it to 0 to 7. So what I find is these are the two equations that can represent our life. First, this equation is the normal life. The beings first are born as normal, and then become like a gods and keep on enjoying, and then fall down, and then suffer, and then go back high, enjoy, and come back, fall down, and suffer, and then it's the alternative things, and there is no convergence. It doesn't become zero. But here you can see is the Sotapanna equation. As you can see, there is convergence. It's 1.45, and then this 1.45, the positive value can be changed to 0, and then we can get liberated and become an arahant. So this way, the 0 to infinite births is changed to 0 to 7 births. So in the x-axis it's time or the birth. So and then here is the karma. So the area what we calculate is the summation of the karma. So many thanks to everyone. I have tried my best to say something about the I have mathematicalized the existence itself, the Theravada existence itself, and according to the Theravada Dhamma, the Buddha's Pali text, and it's so foolish to actually make it as to infinity. It's very difficult actually, unless this equation cannot be achieved unless you become a Sotapanna. Or you do the Vipassana correctly and as per the Theravada doctrine, And Mahayana doctrine is about going endlessly, because they are not willing to come out of it, willing to come out of the endless cycle of birth and death. And they have some problem with the Buddha himself. So they had to go to and they had to create some other beings like the bodhisattvas, many bodhisattvas, and bodhisattvas, or say gods. That's what they believe, more than the Buddha. And also in the Mahayana doctrine, we can see that the what they have done is, for example, here, let me type here, and here, no, all right, so here we can type the 10 famous, right, 10 famous Buddha disciples, Buddhas actually, Buddha's disciples actually, it's Buddha's disciples. What they have done is they have taken the first 10 disciples of the Buddha, and they have used them. They have changed it actually. So you can see Upali, for example, Anyahondanya, and then Sariputta, Mahamoggallana, Mahakassapa, Anuruddha, Purna, Subhuti, Rahula, Ananda, Upali. So what they have done here is they have taken these 10 disciples, and what they have told is, like, when they were meditating or when they were walking for some kind of some bodhisattvas came in their mind and told something in Sanskrit about liberation, when Buddha was with them, actually, when Buddha was with them. And but the problem is, these bodhisattvas, they didn't tell any story, anything to Buddha himself, because as we can know, if the bodhisattvas can give like heart sutta or whatever the suttas, or the heart shloka, it's in Sanskrit, it is called as sutra or shloka, for example. They told only to the disciples, first 10 disciples generally, at various occasions. That's what they have written in Sanskrit. And my question is, any Theravadin, the question is, why not these bodhisattvas tell something to the Buddha himself, And what is the problem with the Buddha? Buddha maintains these monks, and what right these bodhisattvas have to enter, to come to them and tell something, something which is I don't think it's better than what Buddha can say, And these sort of funny things are not accepted in the Theravada. The Theravada doctrine is very clear, and it's about the Buddha himself. When there is Buddha, there is another famous question of Theravadins to the Mahayana people, Mahayana monks, or what to say, the priests of Mahayana. The question is, what is the problem with the Buddha himself? What is your problem? What is the problem of the Buddha? When the Buddha was there, there is no one that can equal the Buddha, because he is Buddha. No, there's nobody who can equal the Buddha, and so I say, stop fooling around. Mahayanists fool everybody, fool themselves actually, and think that they are clever. They are clever. and your cleverness has a price, you know, has a very big bad karma for going against the supreme being, Buddha himself. So I hope this clears, and the and the and the concept, and what Buddha says is, the just because you do something good, keep on doing good, and trying to push all the beings to get enlightened, and then afterwards you yourself try to get enlightened, is about extending the lifespan of yourself to infinity, actually, to because all the beings cannot get enlightened, you know, whatever you do. So what Buddha is very clear about being enlightened after becoming the Sotapanna, which is seven bhavas. Seven bhavas. You just take the seven. So that's why we put 0 to 7. Here the integral limit is 0 to 7. 0 to 7, 7 bhava, 7 existence, or the 7 births. Bhava is existence is correct, and births is not correct, but people don't clearly understand the 7 existence and 7 births. So formations. It's actually, bhava means the formative thing, formation as humans, for example, as gods, for example, again and again successively you're born as a god, or successively as humans, or successively as the hell beings, or something like that. It's called as bhava. It's called as bhava. Bhava also it means formation. You're formed. You're formed as the. So thank you, friends. Thank you for giving this opportunity to explain mathematically something, and it's an analogy I have made, and I welcome anybody. Some mathematicians or scientists or engineers or whomever it be to comment on this, and I have tried my best to think about it. I have thought about it for about 2 days to mathematicalize, to express mathematically the equation of karma, equation of karma, or the or I can here I call this lecture as the karma mathematics, or the mathematics of karma. Thank you, and yeah, and here thank you very much, and let's pray the Buddha and conclude. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Thank you, friends. I'm happy to have have done this. Thank you, and let everyone be happy. Thank you.